Thank you for joining us this morning. This is introductory call on location-focused decision making, which is part of EU Horizon HRAC project, capacity building program, Embed Nature. My name is Griniece, and together with Karina Mereuta, we will guide you through this call today. We are both from World Business Council for Sustainable Development, Nature Action Team, and we are partner of HRAC project. But today you won't hear only from us. You'll also hear from a variety of wonderful experts on nature. Franziska Enzman from Henkel, Bianca Niehoff and Ben Heyman from Anthesis Group, Jacob Bedford and Amy Rankin from UNEP WCMC. So you'll see them shortly. So we have introduced ourselves shortly, but now before going any further, we'd also like to know what brings you here today. We're going to launch a little poll to also warm you up for more interactive engagement later. So we would just like to know, are you here because you're new to the topic and really want to learn something? Or maybe you're here to get some ideas on how to involve other teams in your organization. Maybe you're here to learn from your peer and hear another experience. Or perhaps you have a specific challenge or a question, and that's why you're here and you hope to get some advice or support. Or maybe just curious and happen to be in this session. So we just love to see that. James from Opla is supporting us with all the polls. So he'll let me know when maybe majority of you has filled it so we can have a quick look. Okay, good. I see that the majority from you is here to learn from peers and experience. So Franziska, no pressure, but also good to see that there's other reasons why you joined this call. If we go to the next slide. So we do hope we can fulfill at least, if not all, then part of your expectations. And our objectives for today is to help you understand why location-focused decisions matter for both nature and business, together explore some ways to start engaging with other teams on this topic. And so you could also learn from another company experience, and help you also reflect on some practical steps you could take in your role. A few housekeeping rules. We are recording already this session in order to have the presentation available afterwards. We also have designed some engagement opportunities throughout the call. So for you to get most of the session, we really encourage you to close down other applications and be present. And also, finally, please update your participant name with your organization. If you're unsure how to do that, let us know via chat. We will help you. And also, while I run through a few more introductory slides, we would welcome you to introduce yourself also in the chat. Who are you? Which organization you represent? What is your role? So we and also everybody else from the attendees can better understand who else is here today in the room. Also for those of you who know WPCT well, you know that we take antitrust compliance seriously, so please do not bring up and discuss any of these sensitive topics. Good, so let's properly start. We have gone through the welcome, and I'll hand over Karina shortly to share more about today's session and Embed Nature program. Then you'll hear from Bianca from Anthesis Group, who will set the scene around the location-focused decision-making. Then Franziska from Henkel will share a bit more of their practical experience. And after that, we will break out in two groups for questions and more of a deep dive discussion around the two topics. Group one about engaging other functions internally with Ben from Anthesis, and on how to implement actually location information and data and practice together with Franziska from Henkel and UNEP WCMC, Jacob and Amy. And you'll be free to choose which breakout you prefer to join in later. And finally, we'll come back for a quick wrap-up and reflections. And yeah, I hope that sounds good. And I will gladly now hand over to Karina.
Thank you so much, Amanda, and happy to introduce A-Track. First of all, A-Track is an ambitious project benefiting of a partnership of 11 organizations. Its main goal is to consolidate and mainstream existing approaches so that by the end of the project, a critical mass of businesses, financial institutions, governments integrate the value of natural capital into their decision-making. And as you've seen in the earlier slide, business is one of the main beneficiaries of this project. And when it comes to business, we scout for the best way to support transformation, asking ourselves where should interventions happen and how. And this is the big puzzle that we are working to solve with your participation and feedback. Of course, we have the ambition to embed nature in decision-making, but what is even embedding nature in decision-making? We've come across a working definition so far, defining embedding nature of integrating nature consideration into strategic, financial, and operational decision-making across various functions. And when we see this definition, maybe our first thought is to think of processes. But to make processes work, we need people with knowledge and skills or mindsets and behaviors. So that means to bring it into practice from theory, we need actually to embed nature at C-level and boards and finance teams, and actually also in operational teams. That's why we came across a framing taking into account both people and processes with the aim to support the cross-functional integration of nature in typical decision-making contexts. This way, embedding nature into decision-making brings sustainability beyond sustainability teams into procurement, R&D, finance, strategy, so that nature becomes a core driver of business value, resilience, risk management across the entire organization. We have identified high-impact entry points across key business contexts where nature integration matters most. To be more specific, when it comes to operational decisions, we intervene in location-focused decision-making and nature in product and service design. When it comes to financial decisions, our aim is to put nature on the balance sheet. And when it comes to strategic decision, our aim is to bring across nature-positive aligned business models. Today, at this session, we focus on the location-focused decision-making, and we kick off the bundle on this topic. This introductory session brings nature and talks about nature in your job role, but we have coming soon on 23rd of December, a training session facilitated by UNEP WCMC, talking about applying spatial data and metrics to assess locations and tailor nature strategy. And all participants, both in introductory session and training sessions, are invited to share their challenges that will be discussed and addressed in a troubleshooting session scheduled for 9th of October.